Hello, my name is Cassius, here to do a reading for you today. I have a few decks of cards to work with, so we're just going to jump right in. I was getting a message when I was walking around outside that had me immediately come in, sit down, and start to do a reading with you, which is your partner may be in conflict, whether that's a partner in crime or your romantic partner or a business partner. Your partner is in conflict, so I felt pretty compelled to explore more of what that message is trying to talk about. And so I'm just going to give these cards a couple shuffles. I'm sorry if the camera's shaky. I'm trying all the different setups that I can possibly think of. And this is just on the fly right now. It felt like a really urgent message, so I was like, there's not a lot of time to really properly prepare, but let's just go. Let's see how the cards correlate to this message that I was getting, if they do at all. You know, this may be a springboard to another tangent. We've got the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands always makes me think of social media simply because of, like, the instant nature of communication. It's also fast action, action-oriented movement. Like, this isn't something that's going to move slowly. It kind of reminds me of how the message came in for me initially, telling me to do the reading. It was like, bam, like really, it was urgent. Whoa. Okay, we've got the Seven of Cups, the Empress, the Tower, and the Four of Swords, with the Queen of Pentacles sitting sideways underneath the deck. I may grab another deck in a minute here, but let's just see what these cards are saying. The Empress is coming through really strong here. I asked if this is the person that the partner is in conflict with, and it seems like a yes. So there may be some kind of realization that this partner is going through that you caused them to have. And I'm sorry if the word partner feels distracting because it's not accurate. Feel free to replace it if a name is coming to mind. But this is the name, the placeholder that I'm going to use because that's what keeps coming to mind. So this is the person that your partner is in conflict with, is this Empress energy, which is causing this Tower moment. And conflict can mean a whole lot of things. It's not necessarily just arguing or fighting. It can be an internal argument that's or internal conflict that's happening. So someone is kind of arguing with themselves about something. But I'm seeing the figures on either side of the Empress and her Tower moment. They're just kind of facing away, or they're not really engaged in the middle center of the spread. And that has me thinking that there's a level of avoidance happening, which isn't necessarily the worst thing. Again, it seems like this other person is experiencing some kind of internal conflict due to both your catalyst, but more so the catalyst of this Empress energy. Let's dig a little deeper. Four of Pentacles reversed and the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Okay, I'm really sensing that this is about this other person. If there are still themes that I'm speaking on that, feel good for you to hear, even if the reading doesn't necessarily feel aligned, you're welcome to hang out. There's no pressure in any direction to feel a certain way while listening to these readings, but if you feel compelled to listen, why not just listen? I'm going in circles at this point. So, interesting. The Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Four of Pentacles reversed. I'm really feeling like this is the partner's energy. So there's a part of them internally that knows that it's not worth holding on to old behaviors, okay? And my ear was itching for confirmation. That's the left side. So there's something about their past, obviously, holding on to that doesn't seem worth it, especially validated by the Seven of Pentacles reversed, which is kind of how's this harvest doing? You know, are the seeds that I planted, are these really the fruits that I wanted? Was this worth the time and diligence that I put in? Is the crop flavorful? Is the crop flourishing? And with the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck, it seems like there is something that this person wishes was working more than it is, but since it was on the bottom, it's a weaker energy. The bottom of the deck, I mean, and weaker as in not the most forefront energy on the table. So it's like in the background, it feels good to be able to be around certain people or in certain situations that bring a feeling of well-being, but overall it's still just kind of dead weight from the past following this person or situation into the now. I don't mean to make this whole reading about your partner in romance or business or otherwise. I don't really have control over how these readings play out. I usually get a reason to start doing it, as in the message that I got when I was walking around outside earlier. But once it starts coming through as it is, I try not to fight the message just so that it has a broader appeal, because that's not how this works. So I'm sorry to constantly be explaining, but I think the nature of how readings go online, it can be really ambiguous. It can be really confusing as to where the direction is headed. I'm here to tell you, I don't know. I don't know. And maybe that's something of an energy that you're tapping into as well with the Five of Wands reversed at the bottom of the deck. Let's pull from, I don't know, I'm having a hard time choosing today. The decisions have been really hard. But with the Five of Wands reversed at the bottom of the deck, I think that you're tapping into a feeling of like, and maybe this is with this partner's conflict person. You're like, I'm not even competing with anyone at this point. I'm not competing for affection, for attention, because you're watching this person that you are connected to realize that it's not worth it to keep carrying something so heavy around. And I want to add that I'm trying my best to not project from my own experience. I am just hearing what comes in. Sometimes images come into my mind about how that could apply in my life, which is probably encouraging you to do the same. Just see what images come to mind. Try not to think too much about where I'm coming from, because I think that can distract the reading, okay? I don't know why I felt compelled to say that. Just like relax and let me do my thing, all right? So I've been seeing people on TikTok just like write on index cards, and they're about like the same size as tarot cards, and this is the only one that has a drawing on it in a funny way, showing up right there. These cards can really bring out extra specifics. So, invoice sent in reverse. This one really wanted to jump out. You planted seeds in bad soil. Okay. I see. Now I'm switching either to the viewpoint of the partner or how you see through their situation or something. I don't know what's going on. Just hang on. Bear with me. Whoever is feeling like the harvest isn't worth it, basically, like the returns are not, the Seven of Pentacles is in reverse. What, you know, whoever is feeling this energy, you, someone else, both of you, the return of investment of time is not being met with proper payment, is what I'm getting. You planted seeds in bad soil. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It's not that the seeds were bad, or that you were bad for planting them there, or that the location is bad. It's just, well, it might be the location. The soil is bad, and soil can be I don't know much about soil, so this is going to be a hard metaphor for me to go into, but what that card really touches on is like, you're gonna have to cut your losses. You're gonna have to basically start over with new soil, not even a new plant in the same soil, but new soil. Just get one more of these. Goddess in reverse. This is reminding me of this Empress up here who would normally come across as somebody very nurturing and abundant, you know, not wanting for much. The Empress has everything she needs. She can pluck fresh fruit from the garden. There are no bad harvests in the Empress's garden. So that's why I'm kind of wondering what this goddess energy in reverse is speaking on. I think it's touching on this Five of Wands energy in reverse. It's like you're not trying to compete where there is nothing at stake for the other party, is what I'm hearing. You know, if you're sending invoices and they're not getting paid, and you know that you're currently working off of a foundation that you don't feel solid in, that you don't appreciate, I'm just confirming what you already feel. Or if this is for another person, I'm confirming that you but it could benefit you to really continue to push your point across, which is that you have a bad feeling about something for your partner, or this is for you, you know, please meet me halfway, basically. But this Empress has confusing energy, especially being next to the Tower. I thought that was such an odd combination to start. You know, someone who is so invested in abundance and tapping into the natural world around them, how would they benefit from watching a tower fall? Someone who's satisfied wouldn't need to compete. So I don't, you know, this Empress seems satisfied. This Empress seems like a fulfilled energy, and yet there is an avoidant energy around the Empress. So I think it might be a situation of like wrath. You know, this kind of reads as wrath from this past situation that's kind of coming back up out of the grave, so to speak. I'm not seeing Judgment here yet, so that's really the card that would be speaking to that sort of wake-up call. But let's just get the perspective from this more worn-in Rider-Waite deck. Yeah. They're floppy. All right. What else can we learn about this conflict? And maybe we can take this reading to a bit more of a how can we orient ourselves to the timeline that's really going to benefit each and every player in our lives, because we want everyone to be happy. Not in a people-pleasing kind of way, not to get specific about the intention, too specific about the intentions, but my intention is to help us build upon a foundation that we would love to build upon. So where is this like excited building, you know? Clearly there is a realization that what wasn't working. So what can help set us up for success? The Page of Swords flopped out right over invoice sent in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Here's the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck again. Not the most prevalent energy because it's not on the table, but I'm seeing this general sense of like, you're coming to your senses, your judgment is sharpening, your thoughts are becoming quicker, there's a lot of clarity that is accessing you through your ears. I'm getting that wind. If it's been windy around you, or you've been really, like, I'm trying to think of quick examples of how wind can kind of enter our mind. And that is, bear with me. It's kind of like if you're driving and listening to music and suddenly it pauses for no reason and you're forced to just hear the wind on your car. Or that's pretty much like the biggest example I can think of, actually, is if you're listening to music and suddenly it cuts out and you can hear the wind. It's like, because you're already in a listening and receptive state, I'm not saying that the wind is controlling your Spotify app pausing or crashing or whatever. I'm just saying that's the clearest example that I can think of that's so extreme, when you're already in a receptive listening state and then all of a sudden you're kind of forced to be present and listen to your surroundings when you've been distracted right before that by being in this suspended state of disbelief, right? I think that's what that's called. And then you're suddenly like really locked into the present moment. I just think there's a cold snap to I don't know, I'm really picking up from this Four of Swords, like if there's a sort of avoiding of this Empress wanting to blow up this tower, it's so that you can collect your thoughts. You're trying to collect your thoughts. You're wondering what's worth it, what isn't, and as you're wondering that, the message is coming through really clear. I don't know if it already has or if it's going to. Let's kind of find out. I want to keep pulling from the same spot. Ah! Now we have the Four of Swords reversed underneath the deck. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay. I'm just really seeing this repeating theme of like not satisfied with the way that your investment has currently gone. And you can be investing your time, your whatever you're investing, putting the material of your body into working on. So like this can be your job, this can be a business partnership. One or both of you is feeling like just the return on investment is not there. It's just feeling a little strained. And that's why this tower moment looks enticing. This Queen of Wands here is interesting. I think since I kind of reoriented this deck to show us how to build on stronger foundations, I think that a Page of Swords and a Queen of Wands can take down an Empress. And I don't know if this is like a 1 versus 2, like A versus B kind of situation, us versus them versus someone else. I don't know. Again, I keep looking back at this Five of Wands reverse. In reverse, it just seems like you don't care to find out. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be in conflict. You don't want anyone else to be in conflict. You're just trying to find a way to be strong through all of this and get to the other side of this tower that is sitting in the middle, ominously. I'm going to try to get a little more specific with the questions, though. How do we orient this investment in an upward spiral? I have to pick up the phone and show you. Come here. Sorry if this is disorienting. Okay. No, I can't turn it around. Whatever. Hope you can see. The Empress just landed right next to the Empress. I did not place it there. I just like to show when it's sorry, that must be the worst sound ever. Let's get back in focus. That's crazy. I don't know, this Empress is like, sorry, I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit now. Trying to be careful. This Empress is up here twice and is upright. I'm really curious about her. I'm gonna draw from these index cards just to get some more words on the table. Take what resonates, leave the rest is in the reverse. It's interesting because I was asking earlier that in so many words of just like, if it doesn't make sense, I'm sorry, I don't know. But apparently this is really resonating. So I think that Empress showing up twice, whether you're resonating with the Empress energy that's blowing up the tower, there's something here where whoever is watching this there's no rest to leave. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, that's just straight up embarrassing, but I'm just saying what the cards are telling me, okay? Trying to leave my ego at the door here. Let's pull more from this deck since it seems so activated. Is there anything you can tell us about this tower in particular? Two of Pentacles in reverse. I'm getting a feeling of like there's nothing anyone can do about this tower. Like there's no point in my right side itching for future. The future-oriented side is a confirmation. There's nothing really. Sorry, I'm going to slow down. There's nothing for you to do besides continue to pay attention and realize where the bad investment has been made. And I think maybe it's from this Empress energy that's looking at this situation and going, I put my energy and time into the wrong person, time to blow it all up from the bottom. I think this is a good thing. Like, I think this is a really good thing, because the tower leads to the star, as in there's a sense of renewal. You're reconnecting with nature, you're surviving the fall. And I think that you happen to be in someone else's tower that is blowing up, but they are very justified. And if this is you that's blowing up the tower, my left side keeps itching the past. Look into your past and see what foundation you have built upon until now. And maybe you can take notes from this situation if it's not your tower that's blowing up. That's not the sense that I'm getting, especially because there's nothing you can do. Let's pull from this last deck that we haven't seen any cards from, just to see where they take us. These are loud, sorry. Try to be a little quieter. All right. Got the Two of Wands laying across the two Empresses. This way. So leaning its head towards the Seven of Cups. I get the sense that what you're looking for is for me to help you find an answer to this problem. In that, I don't know, and it kind of cut out after I acknowledged that I'm getting deeper into my channel. My right eye is watering from allergies. Maybe you're feeling an allergic reaction to this person. It looks like I'm crying now. It's just so emotional. You may be feeling like you cannot cross the threshold to get through to this Empress, even if it's you, even if you're on like a rampage and you can't be stopped. I'm not sure. But this Goddess in reverse card is still sitting here, and I think that there's like an aversion to either you and this person or you and this aspect of yourself, where you don't feel like you can cross that bridge, is what I'm hearing. It's a choice that you're trying to make right now, and it's justified. You know, the way that you feel is justified. This is karmic justice. However you move forward is karmic justice, okay? Because I'm just gonna keep going with what I feel, and it is specific, and this is affecting your future. It's like this allergy that you have to this person is not going to go away. And you sense that there's like a lack of divinity in this person. I don't mean to say it so bluntly, but with Goddess in reverse, it's like, where is your spark? Like, where is... You're wondering that, and with the Empress standing strong, it's not that there isn't bombastic energy and, you know, vivaciousness, but I get the feeling that you just feel like you don't know what to do in the face of this vivaciousness because there is a lack of spiritual foundation. This is talking about karmic justice here with justice, and we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. I think maybe this is telling me my intuition is being led a little bit off, so let's just kind of reset with this original deck of cards. And I'd like to know what I might have misinterpreted, basically, about. And messy readings exist, okay? If you're someone who likes messy readings, you know, welcome, stay. I'm learning all the time through these readings as well. That's why I do them and love them, it's because I've changed my mind throughout so many readings. So I'm sorry if that feels like inconsistency to you, but I am consistently inconsistent. But let's see what I might have, misinterpreted or see. The High Priestess is here to tell me I'm asking the right questions. It's good to challenge yourself. It's good to challenge what comes out of your mouth. And it's good to not necessarily identify with every thought, right? So, what did I miss? Queen of Swords dropped to the floor. She was here at the beginning of the reading at the bottom of the deck and was like, I'm not on the table, huh? She still technically wasn't on the table because she fell on the floor. Seven of Swords. There may be, and the Star reversed at the bottom of the deck. Let me get it. I think there's some questions as to your ability to stand up to harsh and judgmental energies. And harsh and judgmental can also be positive, okay? Like, I think all of these words have been given a positive or negative connotation based on what emotions people feel in response to these sorts of actions. But judgment is a strong virtue. It's a good thing to have. And the issue I see here is with the Seven of Swords, because that usually indicates an amount of self-deception. So I think that your reaction to judgmental claims, what about the reaction? You're tired. This is what I'm getting. It's like someone has beaten you up with their opinion. You're sick of hearing it. And I think that's why this message urgently needed to come through. I'm looping back to the beginning of the reading with that Eight of Wands. You're kind of like, I'm tired of trying to figure this out. Like, I'm tired and I need an answer quickly. I understand. This may be like a process over time. You know what I mean? This may take a while to figure out, though. That's not the sense I'm getting with the Tower and the Eight of Wands. That means things are going to move quickly. People are trying to run off with things while rubble is still hitting the ground. I kind of think that's what this Queen of Swords is here doing, and I think I meant to warn you about that. The Queen of Swords, has a sharp tongue. I'm tempted to go back into the meaning of the card just to get back around to the point. I think you know what the Queen of Swords represents by this point if you've watched readings for an amount of time. If you haven't, drop me a comment and I'll tell you what I fully think of the Queen of Swords. But more importantly than the definition of the card, I think this is a warning, because these feel like two different timelines that are connecting with each other out of opportunity. I think that certain energies are attracted to Tower moments because, I don't know, they figure that maybe like a couch will blow out of the top floor and they'll get a new couch out of it. This is like, I'm thinking of Nightcrawler. I think that movie's called, with Jake Gyllenhaal, where he's like just doing pretty subversive, unethical things in order to get a story, right? So if you haven't seen that movie, I recommend it. It is pretty intense, but it kind of, if you want to get more of a feel on the Queen of Swords energy that is coming across through this reading, check it out. It's kind of this opportunistic energy that works underneath everything, because this isn't even this Queen of Swords timeline. I feel like this is like a connected family member or something, if this is two involved people, but I'm getting like that this is branching out in so many different directions. I don't even know how this person is writing on this energy. I mean, this Queen of Swords seems like a big investigator. This seems like someone who does a lot of digging into other people's business, background checks, psychological testing, this sort of thing, investigation, interrogation. And they're lying to themselves about how much they're investigating or treating this situation like an opportunity for them to jump onto. Not, they're acting in their own power. They're a powerful, like, timeline jumping access activator. I don't know. This is someone who knows how to reach into someone else's tower moment and gain benefit. So it's a vibe. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I think that they're reaching pretty far. So I guess that's what I missed with that Queen of Cups in reverse. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm just going to draw a couple more just to kind of round this out and see if there's any other repeating cards that want to jump out. Maybe we can clarify this Queen of Wands a little bit. We have the Devil and the Queen of Pentacles, who is out at the bottom of a deck earlier as well. I just think that there is an attached codependent energy that is willing to free itself by upsetting its foundations. And there's a lot of players here. There's a lot of court cards. We've got queens everywhere. We've got a lot of major arcana as well. But I think this is talking about bonds of financial distress, of like a lack of return on investment when this person knows, this Empress knows what abundance feels like. So anything less is not going to work. And there are other people who are going to want to collect from the blast. Is there anything else to say about them? The ones who want to collect from the blast. I think it's their right to. I don't know. The world. Maybe these people have not been given enough. You know, maybe this Queen of Swords has not been given enough, so now she really needs that couch that falls from the sky, from the tower blast, and she has the means to get it to her own place, you know? Maybe this is you, maybe this is somebody else, I don't know. But according to my index cards, something may have resonated for you. We have the Ten of Wands. I'm just getting that you've been doing a lot of work with judgmental energy, with catastrophic energy, and you are learning how to play the game. You're learning how to find clarity, and you're learning how to think clearly and listen to the wind. And I don't know, I want to say I'm proud of you. You've been putting up a good fight. So I think that's it for this one. Just gonna pull one more index card to get one more message. Steadily, balance was restored. I'm excited for these new foundations for you. I'm excited for you to discover who comes in to collect when the tower's falling, and what balance will feel like to you as someone who works so hard to just stay afloat. Empower yourself with how hard you've worked. I mean, empower yourself with the clarity that's coming in now. Know that you've earned every little thing that's coming to you. We have the Lovers here. I think this is talking about the balance being restored. Okay? I like the sound of that. I'm sorry if this reading was too chaotic. I hope it cleared some things up. Or even just opened you to new interpretations of how to think throughout the rest of the day or the week. It's about casting a playful glance in every direction to see what's happening around us. It's about staying present in the moment, and yeah,